All right. Hey, hey. All right, Libras, let's go ahead and take a look. And we're going to say what is kind of the way that they're seeing things, whomever they may be. We have a Queen of Swords, which is they see Libra as somebody who's going with their gut instinct. They see Libra has changed. They see Libra as somebody with strong boundaries up. They see Libra as somebody very balanced, very powerful. I really think that they have a newfound respect for Libra, whomever this is. Okay, we have the Judgment card. Some of the things that they see that have changed in Libra is just making them want Libra that much more. But they may also see that Libra has turned their back and is actually like in the midst of reclaiming something in their own life. I feel like this, okay, I don't feel like this is a romantic partner who's like, oh, I want Libra back. I feel like this is somebody who maybe has watched Libra end a relationship with somebody else, and they're seeing Libra like reclaim their personal identity. They're seeing Libra, hitting the gym, getting their abs. They're seeing Libra in this really empowered state. They're seeing Libra return to their roots, their authentic life path. They're seeing Libra blossom, is what it feels like. So whomever this person is, how they view Libra right now is like, Libra's amazing. They're different. They're stronger. They're more elegant than they've ever been. They're more sophisticated. They're more of a force to be reckoned with. And Libra's got the backbone to change whatever it is that they want to change in their life. We also see the Tower. This person keeps seeing Libra as this free, autonomous individual that cannot be held down, that cannot be put in a box. This is somebody who is like reinventing themselves. And I don't know if this is somebody who knew Libra once upon a time. I almost feel like I'm getting this vibe that this is somebody who's maybe held a torch for Libra. Like, oh, we've known each other since we were in high school. I always kind of thought Libra was attractive. We never really got together. Then Libra, marries somebody. I've seen them, still living in this town. I've seen them married to the wrong person. I've seen them now divorce that person. I've seen Libra reinvent themselves, reclaim themselves. I see some of the same attributes that I used to know in Libra back when we were teenagers reemerge, but with this added, like, fine honed, like razor sharp edge. And this Libra is like taking the world by storm all of a sudden. They're still the same sweet person I used to know, but they're somehow more sophisticated. They're more like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Is this somebody who's really admiring what they see Libra doing? With this Four of Swords sideways, they are very aware that Libra has healed themselves, has continued to heal themselves. I kind of feel like Libra is a little bit aloof. They're not really interacting just yet with anyone. They're not cold, but they're also not, actively maybe out there dating. Libra comes across as single in this story and more focused on reclaiming their personal identity. But we definitely have somebody who's observing this, and I feel like they know something about Libra pretty well. They've summarized this pretty well. Who are they? Eight of Cups. They are somebody who's wondering if they should approach Libra. They are wondering if either Libra's giving them some kind of inspiration. They could be somebody who's been trapped in the wrong relationship themselves, and they're like, I just watched Libra extricate themselves out of situations that didn't suit them. I just watched Libra reinvent themselves. I watched Libra go back to who they used to be. So wait a second, it's possible if you've gone down the wrong road, you find yourself in the wrong connection with the wrong person, you can break away from the wrong person though, and you can choose a different path. Well, that sounds really good. We got the Queen of Cups. I do feel like this is somebody who they are being inspired to like love themselves more. Now, here's the thing. This could be somebody that is a feminine, a dark-haired feminine who's very inspired by Libra right now to like say, hey, I could reclaim my independence too. I see this could be like Libra's sister or, somebody who knows Libra really well. It doesn't have to be a lover. It's just right now we have a dark-haired feminine being very inspired to cut themselves free of whatever has been blocking them, which I think has been they've been trapped in the wrong relationship. So I think Libra is a huge source of inspiration to this person. Libra putting up boundaries for themselves, Libra reinventing themselves after walking away from things that don't suit them. Okay, that is like very pivotal. Libra's like inspiration. I don't even know. Does Libra know that they're that inspirational? This could be Libra's own like son or daughter who's being inspired. Four of Pentacles. No, it's not that Libra's trying to be inspirational. If anything, Libra is like, I'm just doing what I need to for me. Four of Pentacles. I don't care who agrees with me or disagrees with me. I'm not here for the likes. I'm not here for the support. I'm doing what I need to for me. So everybody else can keep their opinions, whether it's supportive or unsupportive, to themselves, because I'm just doing what I must. So we have a Libra who's really just exercising their right to withdraw. I definitely think Libra has withdrawn from a very selfish individual. Look, a King of Cups should be really loving. In the reverse, this would be someone who is very emotionally manipulative. This would be someone who, wants what they want. They'll say whatever they need to get what they want. If Libra was emotionally manipulated by somebody, they're like, oh no, that's not going to happen to me. I reclaim not only my independence, but I reclaim my status as full-blown empress. I don't get played by people. They don't get to just mess with me however they want. So I definitely feel like Libra has called a spade a spade. If they did not like the way somebody was treating them, if they didn't like being manipulated, Libra has risen above that in a very gracious way, but they have cut people, places, and situations out of their life that have been manipulating them. And in particular, I think Libra has learned, how not to let themselves spend any more time with the wrong partner. Four of Cups, and they're also not beating up on themselves for having taken some time to recognize this. Libra might be bummed that it took them a bit to figure this out, but on the other hand, knowing it, we have to like gather the intel so that then we know if we're correct. We know if we want to leave something behind or not. So I feel like Libra is not upset with themselves. Libra is like, yes, I was in the wrong connection for a chunk of time. I'm no longer in that wrong connection, and I've reclaimed my Empress status, and I'm doing what I need to do. If Libra divorced somebody, Libra's act of divorcing somebody, I don't think they asked for permission. I don't think they, maybe other people would have frowned on this or whatever it is, that they would not have been very supported. Libra's like, I don't care. I am the Empress of my life. I deserve to be treated the way I wish to be treated and nothing less. So I don't require anybody's permission to decide the hell I've been living in is not something that I have to continue to suffer through. I'm out, and I'm glad that I have the, personal courage to do that. I think that this advocating for oneself the way Libra has done, I think this is really it's really inspiring for somebody else who's been thinking that they too maybe would like to walk away from something. We have a Two of Pentacles and a Three of Pentacles. I don't know. This could be somebody who's about to, maybe this is a sibling or somebody who's about to become single also. And they're like, hey, Libra, you want to live together? I'm about to leave, or, I'm thinking about making some changes in my life. What if we joined forces? What if we, collaborated? Because you've walked away from something. Well, I'm about to do the same. It feels like Libra is going to have either friendship. Let's not put it past the fact that this could also be lovers, or eventually could end up being lovers. This could be somebody who's inspired to walk away from their own like toxic relationship, or I'm going to say toxic because this is a pretty grim card. If they're ready to walk away from something, it may be that they are inspired by Libra, but they also may have loving emotions for Libra. This could be a same-sex couple, by the way. Let me just see. What are your designs on Libra? Knight of Swords in the reverse. Not anything. They're not reaching out to Libra too swiftly. I don't think this person has this calculating like, ooh, I'll dump my partner and then I can go get with Libra. There's none of that. This all feels very organic. 10 of Wands. Again, we keep seeing Libra is mostly first a sense of inspiration. I feel like this person has been friends with Libra. They have watched Libra reclaim their identity, their courage, their autonomy, and it has given them some kind of hope and courage that they can do the same if that's what they need to do with their own life. It's not like Libra's starting a fad. It's just they're seeing that no matter what age you are, you can walk away from something that isn't right for you and something that's been hurting your heart and making you sad, and you can end up happier leaving that situation behind, and life goes on, and you can, you're more of an empress than you've ever been. Okay, that's very encouraging, because I'm wondering if these are like, this has a feel to me of characters that are more mature, because Libra is stepping into their empress energy. I usually put empresses at least over 40. And so I'm wondering if this is like, a 65-year-old Libra or somebody who's like, yes, I still walked away from a long-term connection because honestly, it was not wholesome. It was not fulfilling. I would rather be single. I don't fear being single. I don't fear making good choices for myself. And I think that is encouraging somebody else to realize life goes on. There's more life to be had at whatever age you're at. There's not some limit to where if you didn't make the change earlier, then forget it. You may as well just stay and be miserable. I feel like this character who is being so inspired by Libra's actions, they are not making a super swift move in Libra's direction. I think that they may wind up exiting a connection, though, that has been toxic for them and getting their bearing before they approach Libra. I think eventually they could end up living with Libra, whether as a friend, whether as, I feel like the two of them are going to have a very good life. They're shifting from a lot of feminine energy into masculine energy. And they too are leaving behind something that felt tyrannical to them. And they're better off for it. But I don't think they would have the courage to make this change had they not seen Libra make their changes first. But I think this person is eventually making a beeline into Libra's world. Now, they could be an earth sign, does not have to be, but I believe that they too are divorcing or separating from a situation where, maybe they're a masculine who felt very emasculated by the partner that they were with, and they're getting a divorce several months after, Libra divorces, or they're just seeing that Libra's life has changed dramatically and Libra's doing great, and this is giving them the courage and the impetus to actually acknowledge that they too have been in a very unpleasant power dynamic, and they'd be better off leaving that. Are you approaching Libra once you have made this decision? Yeah. Yeah, if for no other reason than to someday tell Libra, I got to tell you, you are the reason I realized you were so much happier when you stopped being with the wrong person. I watched you change. I saw this in you, Libra, and it really helped me realize that I know that I would be happier also if I left the wrong situation behind. This just feels so, it feels so much more uplifting. It feels so much more real. It feels like they know that this is a better choice. But I do feel like there is a potential that this person's going to be more important in Libra's life. Page of Swords in the reverse, Two of Swords sideways. It's not time yet. This whole thing is not coming to pass yet, because they have to still exit their situation, which is what they're focusing on doing right now. So they're exiting their situation. And Libra's not involved in that. This is a potential relationship for Libra and this person later on. But in the moment, it simply is Libra's bold, good choices that they made for themselves happen to be inspiring this other individual to make similar life changes. And I think the two of these characters have like this trajectory where at some point their lives are going to intersect on a much bigger way. I do see that they live together later on. Libra lives with this person, whether as a lover or a friend or, life partner, whatever it may be. It says that that's still on the horizon. So anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.